Hey everybody, Ham here at the back table along with America's Chicken. Okay. He insists on the squawk now. There's Calvin the robot camera there in the back, getting the wide angle as always. Something a little different tonight. I don't normally do this, but I have a young friend who I met at the oncology clinic, who has had a pretty rough time, but apparently is rounded the corner. He's 12 years old. His name is Justin, and in a few weeks he's going to be going to camp for the first time in quite a while. His health has improved to the point where he can, and a bunch of us that have become friends with Justin over the past weeks have decided to pitch in and help what we can. His parents have been pretty much up against it with expenses and things like that, so we're all trying to pitch in what we can. I've already kicked in some, but then I thought about the fact that I have a lot of stuff here that I will never use. So I thought maybe we'd try to see if you folks wanted to pick up some of these items, either separately or in a package, and whatever I make off of the sale of these will go to Justin. Give him a little extra in the pocket for when he does go to camp. So I don't need to make a tremendous amount off of this sale, but I would like to see what these will get on his behalf. So once again, I'm going to have Fred step back out of the way. We're going to go through these. Now, first thing, those of you that have been watching my channel for a while are aware of some of these small E&E packs that I build onto knife sheaths. They're just very basic, you know, self-enclosed little kits, not designed to do anything else than respond to the immediate situation until you can get to where you have more gear, more support, just something to carry along with the knife. I try to make these so that they handle the three basics: shelter, fire, and water. And obviously you don't have a lot of room, but we try to do the best we can. So first of all, let's look at the knife. This is actually a GAVKOO sheath. Michael made this for me a while back, and this is a knife and pack that I had packed away in a bag for a while now. It has really never been used, and since a lot of people have inquired as to the status of some of these little kits, I thought I'd put one of these on the block to begin with. This is the Smith & Wesson SWEXT. I think I've showed you this before. I usually keep them fairly well oiled. Now you notice some discoloration here. A while back I tried to strip this down and force a patina on it. Unfortunately, this coloration is in the metal itself. It's not a coating as I thought it was, so even my best attempts at coloring it down, stripping it down, didn't amount to much. These are basically the brushing that I did. It did not affect the quality of the metal or the sharpness of the blade, as you can see. And like I said, when I keep a knife for a long time, that's just basically WD-40 in the sheath. The micarta handle is intact. As with all my larger knives, I add on a rubber grip on the outside just for my own personal control. You can of course slide this off and the micarta is fine underneath it. But there have been other demos on the SWEXT before. It is a great little knife. It's pretty big, but it does very well. And like I said, Michael was kind enough to do a custom sheath for me. Retention is perfect. It's very easy in and out. And to that, I've added one of my basic packs. This is a Army issue radio pouch. Around the outside is just something I started adding on. This is a Strappets medium. It's not really holding anything on. I just add them because they're handy for attaching other things or to be used to attach to different sizes. On the outside here we have some tie wraps and a Smith's diamond rod sharpener. I try to carry a sharpener with every one of my blades attached on the outside. Now, along with this, I have the card for one of these that has the instructions. If you've never used a rod sharpener before, this will be included with it. Inside the pack itself, if you've seen my videos before, you'll know what's in here. Let's pull this out. First of all, in the pouch, we have an SOL space type blanket. These are the very high quality ones, orange on one side, silver on the other. They are very well made and perform, I think, much better than the standard silver foil ones. Also in the back we have a single rem oil pad to be used to lube the blade if necessary, whatever else you need, and also a small signal mirror. Now this looks dull because the safety film is still on it. I did peel off a corner to show you that the mirror is perfect underneath. This is plastic, and it just stays in the back there. So those are in the pouch. Then in the case itself, as you've seen from one of the other ones that I've done, we've tried to include some basics in here. We have a couple of alcohol wipes. So we've not a lot of medical, just a couple alcohol wipes, which can be used, of course, for sterilization or also in the case of fire starting if you need it. This is a zero gravity small pen. We always try to include one in the kits. This has a Fisher Space Pen insert in it, and we'll mark on anything in the rain, whatever. We have a small amount of duct tape in digital camo. We have, I believe, 4 packets of potable aqua, which has 2 tablets per packet, 1 quart per tablet, so you have enough in here to condition 8 quarts of water. We have a piece of aluminum foil, good for a fire starting base, also a reflector if you need it. I'll just go ahead and take some of this out and repack it later. We have a small amount of dryer lint to be used as tinder. We have 2 wet fires. We have the pouch that the emergency blanket came in, which can also be used as an emergency container if you need it for water. And lastly, we have a Coughlin's large size fire steel with striker. So we have all the basics covered. We have the water, we have the fire, and we have the space blanket to provide some shelter if necessary. So all that's in there, and it all packs in again fairly neatly and rides inside the case, and then that all packs inside the knife housing. So those 3 are there, and this should close up fairly evenly. Yes, it does. Again, I will work on getting this closed in better, but that box is waterproof, and again, it sits inside the pouch and rides, I think, fairly well in the knife sheath. So this together, I didn't tag that all the way in. This system together, and I'll put this in there as well. Complete, I would like to see $95 for. That's the knife, the sheath, and the pouch. That's if sold separately, and I will give you the total unit price if you wish to purchase all of these together. But the Smith & Wesson and the complete pouch, I'm going to let go for $95. Okay, so that's item number one. We'll leave that there. Item number two is another large knife that I've had for a while, and it has been reworked and is hellaciously sharp and doesn't have a very good reputation, surprisingly, but I have found it to be extraordinarily reliable. And I've done some little modification on this. This is a United Cutlery Pathfinder. Now, this knife has been used in the field, but it has always been taken well care of, and you can see that edge has been redone all the way across. And this is a real hair splitter. Now, it's got some sharpening marks on it, which is going to affect the price. I'm not going to charge what I normally would for this, but it is full tang, a little over 5/32 thick at the spine. It does have the universal wrench insert, and it comes in the original sheath, to which I've added 25 feet of paracord with a Ranger band holding it on. We have another Coughlin's fire steel and a striker. That's just a little paracord handle on the striker held by other Ranger bands. There's a number of Ranger bands on here, and the outside of the sheath is encased in multiple layers of rubber that form storage pouches if you need them. On the back is a carborundum stone. If you've never worked with a carborundum stone, this is a rough stone. It is a wet stone, okay, but it is perfect for sharpening larger blades such as axes or larger knives like this. And there's a spare striker for the Coughlin if you need it. And again, the Ranger bands are holding that in place. So, in the original sheath with the add-ons, this knife is extraordinarily cheap if you buy it brand new. With the add-ons, I'm going to ask for $35 for this knife. Complete, and again, it will be part of the package. But I think it's a fair price based on the fact that they're selling these knives right now for about $10. But it has been used, it has been reconfigured as far as the edge goes, resharpened, and it has the extra add-on, so I think $35 is a fair price for it. So, we have that. Then, and I never thought I'd do this, but I'm going to throw a CONDOR into the mix. This is the CONDOR Two Rivers Skinner in the original leather sheath, and I think you've heard by now how well the leather sheaths are made on this, and of course my traditional rubber grip on this. We get a lot of rain here, folks, and although this knife has never been outside, it's never been out of the house, so it has never been used, but I just throw the rubber on it anyway. And of course this can be peeled off with no adverse effect. The wood is perfect. It is full tang. The thing I liked about this knife is, although it is very thin, it is extraordinarily controllable, and it has a fairly thick spine for a knife this thin. So this is an extraordinarily solid, full tang little Skinner. The blade is approximately 4 1/8 inches long. It is the original recurve on this. I have not touched this. Now this is not high carbon. This is 440 HC stainless. So the edge is a bit different on this, and that is their coating. I didn't even try to strip it off. That is the coating that CONDOR puts on all of its knives to go against the rust. I don't know if that'll strip down. If you do get this knife, you may want to try that. Okay? Again, brand new. Came very sharp from the factory. You can look it up. It's the Two Rivers Skinner, and I'm basically going to ask what I paid for this. Again, this knife was $35. So another $35 knife. I think it's an excellent full tang fixed blade. If you have never really gotten into fixed blades before and are looking for a smaller outdoor can-do knife, I have talked to people that have owned these and used them in the field, and they perform extraordinarily well, as do most of the CONDORs. But we'll make this another $35, and I'll put this there. Finally, the fourth knife I'm going to put into this package for Justin, and I have an accessory for the big knife too that we're going to talk about, is this little one right here. Now I got this from GAVKOO in a purchase a while back. long while back actually. What was it, Michael? Over a year ago. And another very, very sharp blade, as you would expect from Mike. This is a Benchmark. It is a flat style wedge, okay, with an extraordinarily good edge on it. I don't have any paper handy, but this one probably is the sharpest knife out of all of them. And Michael took some of his famous glow-in-the-dark putty and applied it to the handles. So the scales on this are done by GAVKOO, and they do hold a glow very well once they are exposed to the light. They will glow for quite a while. It does have a it's not really a wrench hole. It might be a lanyard or whatever you want to put in there in the middle. Everything else has been covered up by the handle. But this Benchmark wedge, with its original sheath that has contact points if you wish to loop maybe strap it through it to use it to mount something, or you can hang it from the belt hook, or it does have a fairly tight belt clip on the back that will allow it to ride on the belt, tip down, and allow you to hang something else, a watch, a compass, or whatever, off the bottom of it. This knife is going to go for $50. Alright, I think it's a fair price, especially with Michael's little modifications to it. And again, this can be purchased separately, or you can buy it as part of the package. So, let me show you the accessory real quick. I noticed when I was getting this knife out, the big knife, that there was no mounting system on the other side. So, along with this, I'm going to throw in a brand new TEK-LOK to be used with the big knife, with the accompanying hardware, and this is the newer design with the locking port. Okay, which I think is an excellent integral lock system on there. Even if you squeeze it, it doesn't allow you to squeeze it until you flip this up, and then you can, of course, open it up, and it has the belt sizers on the inside, and again, that locks it down. I'm going to include this brand new TEK-LOK along with the big knife as part of the package with that. So let's go over it again. The Benchmark is $50. The CONDOR Two River Skinner is $35. The United Cutlery Pathfinder, with the additions to the sheath and the carborundum sharpening stone, again, $35. And finally, the Smith & Wesson SWEXT with the survival kit and the pouch and the GAVKOO KYDEX sheath is going to go for $95. So there you have it. Those are the individual prices. If you wish to buy this entire collection, it would be $95, $50, which would be what, $145, and then $60, $70. I'll sell the whole set for $200. That's a savings, I think, over the individual, like $5 or $10. So either the entire set of all four knives and everything as you see it here for $200, or the individual prices, and I'll list those down below. But as I said, none of this goes to me. This is going to help out my little buddy Justin and give him a little extra pocket money when he goes to camp. He's really excited, and frankly, so are we. So there it is, my first knife sale, and hopefully this will prove to be appealing to one or more of you. If you're interested, you can send me a PM, and we'll work it out. All right? What do you think, Fred? Huh? What's that? Oh, your dealer's coming over? All right. Well, Fred's going to be busy. Anyway, thanks a lot. And if you are so inclined to grab one of these things, thank you for helping out a good friend of mine. We appreciate it. See you later.